Before the royal gym had walls, before its stones were laid, a stranger strode through Brodinheim, immense in form and shade. Lord Barbellion, Stormbulk, they whispered in disbelief, a man who bent the sunlight when he inhaled a breath of grief. They say he once held up the sky to let a rainbow pass, and carried home a thunderstorm as though it weighed but grass. He squeezed a mountain's peak one day to test his iron grip. The mountain bowed in courtesy and offered him its tip. He lifted rivers from their beds to let the fish swim higher. He pressed the northern winds aside as though they lacked desire. He curled entire oak trees just to warm up for a set. And once he flexed so mightily, the sun forgot to set. The royal gym was built for him, its pillars forged of pride, for no one else could train within the force he kept inside. His footsteps shook the kettlebells, his laughter stirred the air, and every feat he performed there became a legend rare. But deep beneath the training hall, where ancient bedrock slept, the endless toil of lifters shook the earth with every rep. For centuries their iron will pressed downward through the stone, until the ground itself gave way and split with thundered groan. And there it lay unchained at last, a relic lost to time, the Steelmarillion forged from ore no mortal could define. A mountain bound in metal, a burden wrought in pain, a necklace born of suffering no mortal could sustain. Even the iron gods themselves refused its molten gleam, for power surged within its links like fire trapped in a dream. Oh, Stormbulk, mighty Stormbulk, whose strength defied the sky, you lifted worlds in jesting and made the mountains sigh. Yet even you, great Stormbulk, met one weight too divine. The Steelmarillion's sorrow outweighed all mortal spine. They placed it on the training floor, its weight a world entire, a relic said to crush the bones of titans forged in fire. The strongest lifters gathered round, yet none dared draw too near, for even standing close to it made lesser hearts feel fear. But Stormbulk stepped toward it with a calm that stilled the room, a quiet like the breath before creation pierced the gloom. He braced himself, then reached as though to lift the very sky, a feat so vast the iron gods leaned close to watch him try. And when he pulled, the royal gym shook harder than before. The rafters bowed, the pillars groaned, dust billowed from the floor. For one impossible heartbeat, all believed he'd make it rise, a mortal man outmatching gods, defying cosmic size. But a weight of a million lifters past pressed back with ancient might. The Steelmarillion held its ground, a mountain forged in night. It claimed him not in anger, nor in vengeance, nor in spite, but by the the sheer unearthly mass of ages bound too tight. He fell as softly as a leaf that drifts from autumn's tree, and Brodenheim stood breathless in its grief and memory. Oh, Stormbulk, gentle Stormbulk, your tale will never fade, for Brodenheim remembers every kindness that you made. Those Steelmarillion